Hi, and welcome to another edition of Sip and Speak. Today, we have Adib.
Hello.
Today, we'll be talking about mental health. In a world that moves so fast, we often forget to remember that taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your body. So, Adib, can you describe a moment when you felt like you needed to take your mental health seriously?
Yeah, not much people know this about me, so it's exclusive to you guys. But the point that I reached out for help was during the first wave of COVID. I was working in an F&B. Things were just going crazy. Everything was pressurized. I wouldn't blame the company I was working with because it was new to everyone in Brunei. But at one point, I had a mental breakdown. I remember this specifically. I was working from home just like anyone else, feeling pressured. During a team meeting, out of nowhere, one side of my body, I couldn't feel anything. It was numb. I thought I had a stroke. Then I asked my brother for help, like, I'm feeling like I can't feel half of my body. And he reached out and said, just keep breathing and take it easy. I had a cousin working in MOH, so I reached out to her and she told me what to do. I made my first appointment and I had a session with a mental therapist, and turns out I do have issues and I was actually going through a mental breakdown.
I'm sorry to hear that, Adib. What was the one thing that helped you during that difficult time that you think might also help others?
The thing with having a therapy session and talking to a professional is that you have a safe space. There's no judgment between you and your therapist, and I think that's really rare and also an experience that most of us have never had. So when you talk to a therapist, you actually go back to your past and he will review and talk about that happens in your life, how it affected you. Imagine just talking to a mirror, but you have a professional hearing your stories and actually commenting once you poured everything out. So that really helps. Tells a lot about you. It shows you what triggers you, and it will list out what problems or personal things that you need to resolve to continue in life, and set goals to how you pursue things.
Well, that must have been very difficult for you finding out. How did you feel during that time? Did you feel scared? And other than that, did you know what to do next or how to move forward next? And how did your family react to the whole thing?
Honestly, I kind of kept it to myself. It's sad to think, but in reality, talking about mental health has its own label and taboo. There was a period in my life that I stopped reaching out and talking to people because it felt self-indulgent, and you tend to push people away because all you want to do is talk about your problems to people. So that's kind of like a mood killer. but then you gotta understand your sense of boundaries and whatnot. But up to one point, the worst scenario that I remembered was it started off by me switching my phone to silent mode because every vibration and ring reminded me of trauma. So I distanced myself. It went so bad that one point I lived 3 months switching my phone off, and I only come out of my room just to eat. I did not talk to anyone, including my parents or my siblings, just because I felt like I don't want to burden them to something.
So how are you feeling now after gone through that for quite a while? And then now, especially with the changing landscape, life moving so fast, how are you coping now, and what advice would you give to others who are probably going through the same thing but suffering in silence?
I think my advice is get to know yourself, know who is around you, love yourself first, don't be selfish or scared. And if any chance that you think that you need therapy, just reach out. It's not something to be ashamed for. It's something personal between you and the therapist. It helps to strengthen things out. Inshallah, you'll be all right. Because you have to think about, it's not only you having problems, like everyone has problems itself. But if it gets too much and you do need help, then reach out for it. Don't be scared.
What is one myth about mental health that you'd like to bust?
If you're being labeled like, oh, this guy is going through something, or he has professional help, it doesn't mean you're crazy. You're just like anyone else. So I think the one myth that I like to bust is like mental health does not equal insanity.
All right, Adib, thank you so much for sharing your story. I think it's very brave that you opened up to the cameras and to whoever's watching about your experience. And I hope that life will continue to get better for you
Inshallah.
and to everyone else going through the same thing or something similar. If you like what we talked about and want us to expand on it, let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next Sip and Speak. Bye.
Bye-bye.